Morning driver, Bob Passengers here before your 0944 departure to Plymouth. Okay, so put your head out the window, press T to open the doors, like that, go to the rear cab, put on the train supply, click, there we go. Go to the other cab, put in the master key, reverter to neutral. Reset the AWS, the signal up ahead is clear, so turn off the DRA by pressing Y. Tail lights off, headlights and mark lights. So taking a look outside, we now have headlights to the right configuration. So we are following along train 1 Victor 52 701 Edinburgh to Plymouth, calling at Edinburgh, Dunbar, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Alnmouth, Moorthorpe, Newcastle, Durham, Darlington, York, Leeds, Wakefield Westgate, Sheffield, Chesterfield, Derby, Birmingham New Street, Charlton Spa, Bristol Parkway, Bristol Topsfield Meads, Taunton, Tiverton Parkway, Exeter St David's, Newton Abbot, Totnes and Plymouth. So we'll be taking the train between York and Wakefield. So here's York, departing platform 5 at 9:44, calling out Leeds platform 12, Wakefield Westgate platform 1, and then we'll just continue a bit to Moorthorpe. Next stop is Leeds at 10:11. So reverser to forward, brake release, power to notch 2. Wait for the brake to release, and now we have power. So departing York, the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, and we have about 25.5 miles to Leeds, where we are due into platform 12. And I'll be stopping in platform 12A just so we can get the entire train into platform 12. So just increase the throttle to notch 3. So there's a zoomer on the right going to London King's Cross, calling out most stations. By most I mean still not necessarily the stations between like Peterborough and King's Cross. You're not between Peterborough and King's Cross, it calls like Peterborough and Stevenage. Speed limit now going up to 40 miles an hour. So departing York will be on the up Leeds. So on the right you have the up and down main from Doncaster and King's Cross, and then on the right you have the lines from Leeds. So pressing over onto the up Leeds. I was about to say down, but that's wrong. On the right is York Holgate sidings. I don't know what to put in it, so I just left it blank. That was 30. It would have been nice to actually know that. And it's now 90. Right behind the power car again. I wonder if Quick Country are ever going to get more HSTs, because there are definitely more than enough HSTs in storage. The speed limit is currently 90 miles an hour, and the speed limit is shortly going up to 100. So next point of interest is Colton North Junction. Then Colton Junction. Then Colton South Junction. So yeah, it shouldn't take the train too long to accelerate up to 100. So in real life, I have travelled down this line between York and Leeds in a 158, and it's really cool just to go on a 158 at maximum speed. And I've also been down here in a 185 a few years before that, and a Voyager as well. So the next station we'll pass through is Wakefield, which is very underused because it's probably in the middle of nowhere. So our scheduled pass of Colton North Junction is at 9:48, which is now. .158 from Leeds to York. I would assume that the train in real life was actually formed of a 195, just like in the video I did on Colton Junction. But 195s don't exist in train sim yet, so I just put 158 in this place. We've now reached 100 miles an hour, which means we need to back off the power, just so we don't end up exceeding the speed limit. Maybe keep it at notch 2, see that it keeps us at 100. This is Colton North Junction. We're a little bit late, just a tiny bit. This is Colton Junction. It's like being in a video, but in a simulator. That's cool. So next station is Ulster Cove, then Church Fenton, Wakefield, East Garforth, Cross Gates, and Leeds. So yeah, I really do like this route, mainly because it's in my area of the country, and I've been in it quite a lot of times. So I already do have like future plans for train sim videos, like a few of HMOZ scenarios on the Preston to Blackpool line in the 309, I think. Even though I've already done that on a live stream. This is Ulster Station. And I still need to edit the Waterloo to Hampton Court video. Oh yeah, yesterday. By yesterday, it being Monday. Monday? Where is it? Tuesday. So yeah, the raindrops yesterday, they were absolutely massive. I went outside to do something, like close the door, and the raindrops were just massive. Like, they were thick raindrops. Also, the speed limit is going down to 90. We're now approaching Church Fenton, where the line just on goes to Selby and Hull. And also connects back up to Moorthorpe. But we just go around to Leeds. What about Delta 70? What's that for double yellow? And the speed limit is 90 again, apparently. We have a single yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal. Oh, double yellow. No. Okay, we need to stop at the next signal, because that one is probably at danger. Yeah, I think we just have to wait for a train from Hull to Manchester, just leave Micklefield. Just bring our speed down. Even though the next signal is not very far away. What's up with these signals? Some of them aren't even appearing on the HUD. Oh, it's green now. Okay. Yeah, just put your head out the window. It's a nice view. What's the fields just growing something grey? So accelerate the train back up to 90 miles an hour. Next station is Micklefield, where we join the line from Selby. Yeah, something I want to do is to drive like a 68 on this line with some Mark 5 stock. That'd be cool. Like an extra spanline train from like Scarborough to Liverpool. Even though at the moment trains from Scarborough are now being truncated to York. So I'd like to do like an ECS run. We'll look a few minutes to stop in Leeds. We're now passing through Micklefield station. Next station is East Garforth. So in front of us is a train from Hull to Manchester Piccadilly via Leeds and Huddersfield. So I don't know what those double yellows were about. I think it's just a glitch with the route. It is East Garforth. So yeah, I don't think we should be held up by the Hull train or the train from Hull. I think. Although that double yellow turned to green, so we might have already caught up to it. This is Garforth. So Leeds in about 6-7 miles. So yeah, I did make this scenario by myself. I do have a lot of requirements on my laptop. I just need to translate them into a more user-friendly format, and also get the scenario file in there as well, and then put it up on the internet. To put the power to notch 3, just so we can maintain 90 miles an hour. So last signal was a double yellow, which means this one will be a single yellow, and then the next one will be a danger. Or not. So yeah, we're just chasing yellows at this point. Okay, next station will be Cross Gates. And then after that, we should have about 5 miles to Leeds. Leeds due in at 10:07 and depart at 10:11. So we have about a 5-minute waiting time in Leeds. So I'll just edit that out. This is Cross Gates. Probably have a half-minute passing, 1-minute performance allowance. Cross Gates pass through at 10 o'clock. It's not 10:01. So we're a tiny bit late, mainly because of this train in front. So I think I just bring the train back up to about 70 miles an hour. So as of recording, the channel currently has 333 subscribers, you know, all threes. And that's also representing of the class 333, which last time I saw one was in Leeds. So that's a nice little Easter egg, or reference, or whatever you want to call it. Speed limit is going down to 55 as we approach Neville Hill. However, we also have a signal yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal. If I could get a decent frame rate. So the next signal should be a danger until I can see otherwise. So bring the train to about 30 miles an hour until I can see the next signal. And the speed limit is now 55 miles an hour. Okay, 70. Then 55. So next signal up ahead is a single yellow. Double yellow. On the right is Neville Hill Depot, where the electrification starts. So next signal is in 0.6 miles away. So going at slow speed just allows us to get a better view of Neville Hill. So what did I put in? I put in a few 156s, a few 158s, and a zoomer, Dishes HST, and East Mids one. Another HST, but LNER. It's not green. I did also put in some more zoomers and some 322s behind the HST, as you can see. And 158s, some 150s, you know, the normal Neville Hill stuff. Speed limit down 55, going down to 35 as we approach Marsh Lane Junction. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the line to the right goes. Maybe it's like a Leeds avoider. Oh yeah, the frame rate should kind of die as we get to Leeds. So bring our speed down to 35 miles an hour. So double yellow, next one should be single yellow, then the one after that should be at danger. Or red. So yeah, this is Leeds, the location of my most popular video, which has more than 13,000 views. I guess people just like these zoomers. Or like the decisive one. Or just wanted to know what one looks like. Even though looking at my analytics, most people, the viewer's origin comes from Japan. Which I think is because zoomer is Japanese for east, which is what Virgin named it. So I think we're cleared into Leeds, I think. Next signal is signal yellow, which just turned to green. This is Marsh Lane Junction, Leeds. Next one is Leeds East Junction and then Leeds. Yeah, the other end of Leeds is far more impressive because you have more tracks. This one is just double track, then it splits into about 6. But Leeds Station is quite a unique layout. You've got both platforms, you've got like platforms split in half, you've got really long platforms, you've got really short ones. Speed limit going down to 25 as we enter Leeds. Please stop in platform 12 Alpha. Okay. There's a pair of voyages going to Edinburgh with trade 1 Sierra 35 from Bristol. So yeah, Leeds is a busy station. And it's also a big station. I think it has like platforms numbered 1 to, I think it's 17. Even though there's obviously more than 17 platforms because the platforms are split into different parts. So I think it has like 30 of them or something. There's a 158 on the left going to Wigan Wallgate via... So Wigan Wallgate via Brighouse and Rochdale in Manchester, Victoria. So arrival into Leeds. Next stop is Wakefield Westgate at 10:23. So I'll return the gas buzzer with C, release the brake, and power to notch 1. Also put the vertical forward as well. So I'll wait for the brake to release. And we're slowly crawling. So increase power to notch 2. Do it outside. It seems more authentic. So departing Leeds, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour, and we have about 10 miles to Wakefield Westgate. There's a 158 going out to Manchester, Victoria, via Bradford Exchange, Tobberton and Rochdale. There's an Azuma going to King's Cross just after us. A pair of Azumas. The other 2 5s coupled together to make a 10. So at Leeds West Junction we are due out on line Echo. There's also a 322 going out to Bradford. Yeah, so Bradford Potter Square, not interchange. It's just right around the corner. Just keep going right. You get there. Speed limits are going up to 30, then up to 40. Yeah, if I left Leeds slightly later, we could have a race with it. But no. Yeah, I left too early. You know, or on time. Yeah, so he'll be going out towards that way. Or we're going this way. So accelerate the train up to 40 miles an hour. Maybe I should do this all the way to Wakefield. So we're now crossing onto the up Leeds, Doncaster. Then the line that way goes towards Huddersfield and Dewsbury. So yeah, I have already covered this bit in a different video in another HST. Well, you know, you can't know how to do it again. Also, with this view, you can also put your head directly up against the HST, metaphorically. Speed limit now is 60, going up to 35. So yeah, next station will be Outward. Why do I keep pronouncing it like that? Outward. Outward. Or wouldn't. Lots and lots of car parks. But there's like a business park or something. In real life, I have been down this route. I think it was a... what was it? I think it was a Pacer. Or was it 155? No, it was defo a Pacer. Because what I remember doing was getting a northern train from Leeds to Wakefield, getting a different train round to Kirkgate, and then getting a Pacer to Huddersfield. Yeah, maybe I should do the rest of the video with my head out the window. So where are we on the map? So we are here. Next train to pass will be a 150 from Langley. So Wakefield, we are due into platform 1, arrival at turn 22 and loop 23. So it's a very short stop in Wakefield. So if you're a subscriber to AlanTossingSim.com, you should definitely download this route, because you can also, because we already have the line between York and Doncaster, the direct route, and now we have the line via Leeds, and it's modelled amazingly. Anyway, back in the cab. So you definitely should go and download this route from ATS, assuming you're a subscriber. Speed limit is now 85. So what you get is the line from Doncaster to York via Leeds, and everything in between. Well, everything between Doncaster, Leeds, and York. Not like the middle bit. I mean, the track and signalling is there for the middle bit, like in Nottingham, but the scenery isn't. I think that's like a future project, like phase 3, whenever that will happen. So accelerate the train up to 85 and then back off on the power. So our the next station will be Outward, passing at 10:19. So I think it's right around the corner. Yeah, I'm now beginning to think that this train was actually a Voyager. Because Voyagers definitely have better acceleration than a HST. This is outward. If given the choice between a Voyager and a HST, which one would you rather pick? You would definitely go for the HST, because it's not a Voyager. Speed limit is now going down to 75 as we get closer to Wakefield. So yeah, as of today, as of June 15th, if you want to go on public transport, so any type of public transport, you now have to wear a face covering, with exceptions to disabled people and people with breathing issues. So in the near future I won't be using public transport because I have no essential journeys to make. So I think the next time I should use public transport will be in September, when I go into third year. If I don't get a placement. I mean, I want to do a placement, but you know, placements are really competitive, and there aren't that many as there normally would be because of coronavirus and the economy going to shit. So Wakefield Westgate is literally right around the corner. The buffet is really close to the track. Also, the brakes on a HST are way better than the Voyager. So, this is Wakefield Westgate. I'm aiming to stop at the end of the platform. So, arrival into Wakefield Westgate. The next stop is Sheffield at 10:56, even though in this scenario we're only going as far as Moorthorpe. I mean, if you would make it a scenario, you would reasonably only make it between York and Wakefield, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to Moorthorpe. So stopping at Moorthorpe at about 10 and a half miles. So by doing this, you get an extra 10 miles out of it, which is good. So speed limit is 35 miles an hour as we cross over Wakefield Westgate South Junction, and then the next station will be Sandall and Agbrigg. So yeah, if you watch the HST video, the one I did from Leeds to Doncaster, this bit will look very familiar. Even though the only difference being that I'm driving an MTU HST in cross country to go to Moorthorpe instead of a VP185 HST to Doncaster to King's Cross. Line to the right goes to Wakefield Kirkgate. I think Grand Central will come down here with the trains to Bradford. Oh yeah, I should also do a scenario where you take like an empty train out of Crofton Park into Leeds. Or the other way around. Speed limit is at 50 miles an hour, going up to 90, then up to 100. Why did he put a train depot there? Is it like to mimic a warehouse or something? Or some sort of bus depot? Speed limit is now 90 miles an hour. Speed limit is at 100, and I just tried to do the Darth Vader theme on the horn. This is Sandall and Agbrigg station. So I think earlier today, like this morning, even though it is still morning, it's like 10:05. So I saw a video of someone, I think it was Sandall Agbrigg, or was it Fitzwilliam? I think it was Fitzwilliam, who was stood way beyond the yellow line, close to the track, just so he could get the driver to sound the horn. It's like, do you really want to sound the horn if you're gonna die? It's like, if you die, it's your own fault. Like, you were far too close to the edge. I mean, that's why the yellow line is there. So you don't die. So accelerate the train up to 100, and next station will be Fitzwilliam. So we have Fitzwilliam, a couple of loops and a junction, and then coming off towards the right towards Moorthorpe, and then the train in real life will just continue towards Meadowhall and Sheffield. Then a zoom off on King's Cross to Leeds. And someone really does need to make like a brand new model for the 800, for the 800, and make it bi-mode. That would be really cool. I mean, we could use it in so many different places. We could use it on the Great Western out of Paddington, and like the entire Great Western Main Line. We could use it on the East Coast Main Line. We could use it on Transpennine trains. I mean, I'm surprised nobody has actually done it yet. I mean, I know Superobs has, but I mean like Dovetail or something like that, or like Armstrong Powerhouse if they collaborated with someone. Even though I think the idea about the Class 800, like a new one, I'm pretty sure it has been like passed around a lot, but I think licensing and the legal issues kind of get in the way. So we'll have about 5 miles to Moorthorpe. So the next station will be Fitzwilliam, passing at 10:29. So about now. So get the power about notch 3, just so we can maintain 100 miles an hour so we're not late. This is Fitzwilliam. So the next one is Hemsworth Loop and South Kirby Junction, where we come off the line from Doncaster, and then go into Moorthorpe. This is Hemsworth Loop. So we have a flashing double yellow, which means we're going to come off the Doncaster line towards Sheffield. So it's coming off the Doncaster line, the speed limit goes down to 50 miles an hour. Then we should join up the line from Church Fenton. So yeah, it would be quicker just to go directly from Church Fenton to Moorthorpe, but it makes more sense financially just to go through Leeds, so you can serve Leeds and then go to Sheffield. So there we have a single yellow and a feather aspect, which means we're coming off the Doncaster line and towards Moorthorpe and Sheffield, even though I said that about 3 times already. This is South Kirby Junction. Timetable pass at 10:32, and we're late. Just by a little late. We're not massively late. Speed limit is 50 miles an hour, crossing the junction onto the down main. And the electrification stops. So Moorthorpe should be literally right around the corner. And the line from Church Fenton joins on the left. And we are now approaching into Moorthorpe. The train in real life wouldn't stop here. I'm just stopping here because of how the route is set out. I mean, considering that you don't normally stop here, it's pretty well modelled. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed me taking this HST from York to Moorthorpe. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates, follow me on Discord for train sim support, and follow me on Twitch for live streams. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.